We got hands up. Looks like Tashawn's first.
What's up, Max? Tashawn. I know you've had a eventful, past year or so, both on and off the field. But what's it like, having this day-to-day, signing this extension on your 2-year anniversary of your sobriety?
It's a blessing. You can't make it up, man. It's just, a lot of people have been asking, like, did you plan to do that? And I'm like, nah, like it just happened. It was the universe. It was supposed to happen. It's just, it's a major blessing. There's no other place I'd rather be. I want to be a Raider for life. I got it tatted on me before I ever made a play or anything. So, I kind of, I feel like I showed the fan base that, I was serious about them, and I'm gonna continue to do that every single day, and, show up and be, the hardest worker in the building and lead by example.
Hey, Max, it's Paul. We've talked about the sobriety and when you checked yourself in, again, 2 years ago today, and at that point you were in your life. Can you just kind of wrap your mind around where you were then as to where you are today, and what this extension, beyond the money and the recognition, just what it means to go from one place to the next in 2 years' time?
Yeah, for me, I want to be of service to other people, going through whatever they're going through right now. Because I know it's just crazy, because my fiance sent me a picture of literally 2 years 2 years ago today, and it was me checking into a rehab and just seeing how I looked, and like the look on my face and how much different I looked. I didn't even recognize that person. But just 2 years later, like, I have the ability to not only take care of myself forever, but my kids and my dogs, most importantly, but just everything in general. It's just it's unbelievable. I've came from a tough situation, but I just want to show people out there that anything's possible if you put your mind to it. And there's so many people I could thank, for that. I got great mentors in my corner, and it's just a blessing for sure.
Hi, Max. Patrick Graham said that your energy and your mood really translates to what he sees as standing out about you. What can you say to that? And also, just what new goals do you set for yourself after you accomplish like the Pro Bowl and so many other goals that you had set out for yourself last season?
Yeah, Coach Graham he's been awesome since I got here, and that's awesome. Him saying that. That's what I try to. Coach Versace used to say it all the time: be the same guy every single day. Don't show up early one day and then show up 2 hours later the other day. Just try to be that same guy every single day, and that's my goal. It's the off season. I'm here at 6:30 in the morning every day, working out. So it's like just being consistent. As far as goals and things like that with Pro Bowl and all that. Like I want to be a Hall of Famer. You don't get to the Hall of Fame with one Pro Bowl and one All-Pro. I want to keep doing it and keep getting better. And that's what I've been doing. I've been continuing to work harder, and stay in that locked-in mode all year round. I've got one chance at being in the NFL. I'm already on my 4th season. It flies by. So I'm not going to take a day for granted, and keep, continuing to strive for my goals.
Hey, Max, congratulations on the deal. When did these conversations kind of start, and how much have they progressed? Have it gone really quickly? Has it been a slow process for you to go through this?
It's me and my agent, we've been talking about it, for a year now, and obviously, the team, they were excited about where I was going, last offseason, and how much, better shape I was in and things like that. So it was like an idea that was floating around and things like that. But I knew I needed, going into this season, I needed to be at my best to set up myself, for an extension. So regardless of that, it kind of, the process, it was pretty fast, to be honest. They wanted to get it done fast. We wanted to get it done fast, but we wanted to, that it had to be right at the same time. So, it's a big credit to, the organization, to Coach Ziegler, or to Dave Ziegler and Coach McDaniels. They showed their commitment to me right away. And they didn't want to play any games. They told me, everything you want to hear as a player, with new coaches coming in. They were awesome. They were super positive, and not only showed me the good things about me, but things they want me to improve on. And they, from day one, they committed to me, and they wanted to get something done as well. So I got to give credit to CJ, my agent, Doug Hendrickson, You know, my whole team at Wasserman that helped, you know, collaborate to make this thing happen. It wasn't easy. It was stressful this whole week. It was, you know, every day I was on the phone for a long time, and they were back and forth, and it was just, it was stressful, but it was also exciting. It's a good type of stress at the same time. You know, I was continuing to do what I do. I was showing up, you know, waking up at 5:30 in the morning, getting in the building early, watching Sopranos at night. And, you know, it was just the typical day, but it was just a little bit more stress on the plate for sure.
Hey, Max, congratulations on the extension. Along those lines, you know, anytime there's a regime change and a coaching change, it can create a little bit of anxiety, I'm sure. But the fact that they approached you and kind of made you a priority from the get-go, how much did that alleviate any of that anxiety?
Yeah, you know, that was huge for me. You know, obviously you know, I've talked about it before, but Coach Graham, you know, I've known him before. I interviewed with him before the draft process. So I went to Miami on a top 30 visit, and we had a great talk. And it's funny because our conversation, he was so positive, and he was like, man, I love your game. Oh, and it was so overly positive that I was like, I thought he was being sarcastic almost. I didn't know how to read him. And once I noticed he got the job, he called me right away and was like, man, I told you, blah, 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 I've been waiting to coach you. And it's just crazy how things work. It was similar to how Marinelli was, because I loved Marinelli before the draft and my workout in Dallas. And then a year later, he ends up being my coach. So it's crazy how things work out. But yeah, you know, obviously them showing their commitment to me has been incredible. We've already had a ton of conversations. They see me every day in the building, so we talk, and we're super excited. You know, Gerald McCoy, you know, a teammate of mine, he's a legend, and that dude has given me so much good advice. And at first, I was a little bit worried when they were talking about, yeah, Patrick Graham runs a 3-4 and this and that, and I was like, well, how does that going to work for me? But Gerald was like, listen, I played with 6 different D coordinators in 7 years. And he goes, I was still an all-pro multiple years. It didn't matter. He goes, it doesn't matter about the scheme. It matters about what you do as a player. So you got to be in the best shape, best space mentally, your game crafted to the absolute best you can get it, and just be ready to go no matter what the system is. So that's been my approach all offseason, just being in, you know, putting myself in the best position I could possibly be in once OTAs start, and continue to build that momentum every single day leading into the season.
Hey, Max, I know the team already, you know, looked to you as a leader, and especially, you know, last season really leaned on you heavy in that area. But, you know, now that you know that you're locked in and you have the contract out of the way and you're going to be here, you know, for a while, can that kind of allow you to expand even further in that role and moving forward with the team?
Yeah, you know, it's not like, you know, I got paid now, so I'm going to be even louder. And, you know, that doesn't really change. You know, I just try to be the same guy every single day. Like I said before, you know, I just try to lead by example, show everybody that I'm putting in the work every single day for my guys, not only for myself. I want to help make my teammates better and lead them and show them a way, because I know it worked for me. Committing yourself in every single way you can, from sleep to food to everything. And that's what I try to, you know, preach to the young guys and even the older guys. I've helped guys who've been in the league for 8 years. So it's like, you know, I just try to lead by example every single day. And that's all I'm going to continue to do.
Max, first off, you deserve it. Obviously, with everything that's happened and all the obstacles that you've had to overcome within your personal life off the field to get here, do you feel more of an obligation on yourself to continue to be a role model and to continue to get out there in the community and really help people that have the same struggles that you had, to continue to show them like this is where you could be?
Absolutely. You know, that's my main goal at the end of the day. You know, obviously my work here with the Raiders, my football is my top priority, is my baby. So I do everything to protect that and put myself in the best position that way. But off the field, my main priority is being of service to others. And that's the whole 12 steps. You know, that's what you talk about constantly in this program, you know, giving back to other people, showing a light, no matter if they're a teenager or 70 years old and trying to get sober. Just sharing my story and being able to communicate with people that you normally wouldn't communicate with. The people I've met, it's been incredible through this whole process. And obviously Las Vegas, you know, it's obviously it's got a lot of positive things about it, a lot of negative things about it. There's a lot of craziness, a lot of great things going on. But if I can help one person, I've done my part. But I plan on doing, obviously helping a lot more than just one. I want to continue to help as many people as possible, and I do that every single day in different ways. So, it's a blessing to be in this position, and I take it very seriously. And I want to just continue to go in the right direction.
Hi, Max. Levi Damien from USA Today. I spoke to you just after your first year, and at that time you told me that with your second contract you wanted to open a pit bull rescue. I wanted to see if your plans that have changed at all in the last couple of years, or what kind of movement there is in that regard.
Yeah, that's definitely something we're looking into, whether it's a collaboration with a foundation or starting our own. There's obviously a lot to it that goes into that. But my work in that community has not only, it's gotten bigger and bigger every single day. I'm doing a ton of stuff to try to give back and help and rescue and get fosters for as many pits out there as I can. But yeah, as far as my goals and things of that nature regarding the foundation, that's something that's super important to me. So we're gonna continue to have those conversations and figure out the best situation we can get done.
Hey, Max, congratulations again. And just going back to 2 years ago, this year, you make your first Pro Bowl. You recently proposed to your longtime girlfriend, who I know was there with you. You've talked about how encouraging she was for you through all of this. Is this where you would have pictured yourself 2 years ago? Could you have seen yourself get this far? And then follow up, what kind of treats are the dogs getting to celebrate this big moment?
Yeah, just looking back, on my journey, 2 years ago, I was mentally, in a very bad place. Physically, I wasn't in a good place. And I really had to reevaluate everything I had going on. So the main thing, one of the main things of, AA and the 12 steps is not looking too far in the future, not looking too far in the past, worried about the 24 hours and taking it one day at a time. And a lot of people think, it's cliche and corny, and I always am talking about, I'm always saying one day at a time. And that's how my brain's, just how I do things, because I know that routine and staying constantly reminding myself that just worrying about the 24 hours I have ahead of me, that's all I can control. I control today, and when tomorrow gets here, I'll worry about tomorrow. So 2 years ago, I don't know, I didn't look 2 years down the road and think, oh, I'm going to do this. I just constantly kept getting better every single day, whether it's on or off the field. So yeah, it's been a slow process, but it's been a positive one, and I've continued. I feel like I've gone a long way in just 2 years. So it's exciting because it's only 2 years. I got so many years ahead of me, not only in the league but as a human being. So I just want to continue, to get better as a man and as a player every single day.
And the dogs?
Oh, sorry. And the dog treats. It's funny. Last night when we got, the deal on the table and we were happy with it, me and Rachel were laughing. We're hyping up the dogs because they're crazy, and we're hyping them up, and they're running around the house and all amped up. And I was like, Dirk, you're gonna be set, bro. My big boy, my big XL bully, and I'm like, you're gonna be set, bro. You can get as many treats as you want. You can get whatever you want now. So yeah, we were laughing about it, and the dogs are just as fired up. I feel like dogs have a good sense of energy and what's going on, so I think they're fired up too.
Last question, Adam.
Sorry, Max, that would have been a good one to end on. But Casey Hayward was just tweeting out, congratulations and how much you've earned this and how much respect he has for you. But he also said dinner's on you. So how many dinners are you going to be buying the next couple of weeks?
I don't know. I'm not sure, but that's funny because, Casey's one of the best teammates I've ever had. He's an awesome dude. And I was texting him last night. And I said, make sure you tune in tomorrow on SportsCenter or wherever, Twitter. He's like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? And he's like, they better came correct. He kept saying that because he's my hype man. And he, he's been texting me and he's all fired up for me. He's one of those guys that you look at, he's been in the league for 10 years. He's done so many great things, and I'm 24 years old, and he's like hyping me up constantly. You know, that's what you aspire to be, a guy like that who's already done so many great things, but giving back. And that's, you know, I can go on and on about Casey, but I love him to death, and I'm definitely going to get him, you know, a dinner wherever he wants.
All right, thank you, Max. Thank you, everyone.
Appreciate you guys.